I jump into the sea to save Terrence Fletcher. After giving him CPR in front of everyone, the engagement meant for my cousin Anna Stone unexpectedly becomes mine. However, Terrence gets drunk on our wedding night instead of spending it with me. I naively believe that if I stay by his side long enough, he'll eventually open his heart to me. 3 years later, Anna returns with a child who bears a striking resemblance to Terrence, leaving me stunned. That's when I realized he had been with her on the night he left me alone in our bridal suite. Annie, I'm sorry for everything you've gone through all these years. I'll take responsibility. I'll make Mabel understand that her place is yours. I tell Terrence that I'm pregnant as well, hoping it will rekindle his love, but his response makes my blood run cold. Get rid of it. I'm forced onto the operating table, where 2 lives end at once. When I open my eyes again, I'm back on the day Terrence falls into the sea. As I see him drenched to the bone, I turn to the crowd and call out for Anna. Terrence Fletcher opened his eyes in pain, coughing up mouthfuls of water. His voice was hoarse when he snapped, "Get lost." But when he saw clearly who was in front of him, he suddenly froze. "Annie, why is it you?" He looked around and spotted me in the corner. I was just as drenched as he was. In my previous life, I had jumped into the sea without hesitation to save Terrence. But when he gained consciousness, he had pushed me away, looking at me with sheer disgust in his eyes. He had someone bring him a towel and a bottle of water. Then, in front of everyone, he had rinsed his mouth and wiped his lips as if he had been contaminated. But now, Terrence, I'm so relieved to see you're okay. Anna Stone knelt beside him, her face a mix of concern and shyness. She hesitated before deliberately covering her lips with her hand. Terrence understood her unspoken message and chose to stay silent. He simply allowed Anna to help him stand. Without sparing me a glance, he left with her. I knew Terrence had been drugged, which had caused him to lose his balance and fall into the sea. In my previous life, he had quickly found out who was behind it. Therefore, there was no need for me to step in and remind him. The seawater had been freezing, and that night I came down with a fever. There was a knock on my door. My mind was hazy, but the moment I opened the door and saw Terrence, I snapped wide awake. "What are you doing here?" Terrence leaned against the doorframe, giving me a cool glance. "Mabel, what kind of stunt are you pulling this time?" I looked at him in confusion. "I don't know what you're talking about." He let out a cold, mocking laugh. "In front of all those people, you deliberately called Annie over to give me CPR? Why didn't you do it yourself? How can you be so selfish?" I felt a tight knot in my chest, as if something heavy was pressing down on me. I wanted to confront him. "Then what do you want from me? Rescuing you was a mistake, and reaching out to your beloved was even worse. Perhaps I should have let you drown in the sea." Those were the words I wanted to say, but instead, I said, "Think whatever you want. If there's nothing more, I'd like to rest now. I'm not feeling well." My voice was steady, yet low, as I sniffed slightly. Terrence probably thought I was just putting on a show to gain his sympathy. His lips curled into a faint, mocking smile. "Playing the victim now? Mabel, you never stop. Always coming up with new tricks. If you're not feeling well, take some medicine. It's not like I'm a doctor." As I watched him walk away down the hallway, I let out a long, weary sigh. Everyone in Newinport's social circle knew how much I liked Terrence. I liked him with a kind of quiet desperation, stubborn and pathetic all at once. He once said he liked long, straight hair, so I kept mine that way since childhood and never changed it. He said like